building, we have board members Roll, Bjornstedt, Tiff, Schoenfelder, and myself. Attending virtually, the board member Ossendorf, board member Buck, along with us is Superintendent Josh. So welcome to the regular school board meeting for this evening. And we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join me. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much, everybody. And tonight we're going to have Ms. Tiff is going to read the mission statement.
The mission of the Redwood Public Schools is to educate and inspire all students as they realize their full potential and become respectful, responsible, and productive citizens.
Thank you. Put my mug out there so everybody can see me too. And the meeting agenda, does everybody have anything, additions or corrections to it? Superintendent?
None.
Board members? Hearing none, I will accept the motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Rose, or second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Schoenfelder. Roll call vote. Ms. Ossendorf?
Aye.
Ms. Buck?
Aye.
Ms. Schoenfelder?
Aye.
Ms. Stiff?
Aye.
Ms. Rowe?
Aye.
Ms. Bjornstedt?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Recognitions and upcoming events. Anybody have anything they'd like to? We have some people here today. Yes, Ms. Stiff.
I just have a couple things. One, I had just recently talked to a group of high school students, and I just wanted to thank the high school staff, admin. They were talking about the cell phone policy and how they felt like things were going really well with the new procedures and expectations in class. And it was just kind of fun because I think one of the things we talked about is how are the kids going to take this, how are they going to handle it? And this particular group of students felt like at first it was really hard, but it was good, really good that they do not have their phones in class. So thank you to the high school staff for that. And then the other thing was I was able to listen in on a community conversation for Honoring Dakota Project. And it was 3 high school students who've been involved in the project over the last couple of years. And they shared their insights and things they've learned. And I was just really proud of those students for doing that. And then also just really thankful to just Redwood Public Schools, admin, teachers, people that have gotten involved in the partnership with the Honoring Dakota Project. Because it means a lot to a lot of people, and that was very evident in the things that the students said. One of the questions that was asked was, as an adult, what can we do to make sure you feel safe in your community or at your school? And all 3 of the students said, we feel safe in our school. So that was pretty powerful for me to hear that. So thank you to everyone who's been involved with that project.
Thank you for sharing that. It's great to hear. Anybody else have anything?
The high school play is coming up.
Yeah.
I think this weekend. This weekend, the 11th and 12th, the high school is doing The Sticky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales.
Great.
Anna, you are fortunate because they are actually our student showcase.
Be here in a few
Oh.
minutes. And I believe I missed the mission statement. Did you read that?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. I was doing something else here then. Thank you. And anybody else have anything else? Upcoming additions, upcoming events? What do we have? Ms. Buck?
Yeah.
Can you do it this meeting and the next 2 meetings besides the meeting on November 12th that you talked about?
Oh.
Would you be so kind as to let us know that, please?
Yeah. So it's gonna be out there. Is there an echo from your side?
No?
Okay. So it's gonna be put out there into different news medias, and then it will be on Honoring Dakota Project. You can register, but there will be a cultural competency training November 12th. It's going to be at the Minnesota Southeast College, and it is it's kind of organized by Honoring Dakota Project, and Shelly, it's through the I can't even remember what it's called now. Shelly Buck, Barry Hand, Cole Taylor, and Jasmine Fiddler will be doing a very localized cultural competency training here. And that's compliments of the Jones Family Foundation. They are graciously putting that on, and it's open to the public. It's going to be open, they're encouraging city, district, staff. So it's just kind of like, this is training that needs to be ongoing, and that just seems like if you can do it as a community in this sense, we're better together and we're growing together. So when the information gets out on the social medias, or check Honoring Dakota Project website, and you'll be able to register and get all the information that you need.
Thank you. I will catch you off guard next meeting, so you can be ready for it. Anybody else have anything else? Hearing none, public comment? Did you receive any emails today or this week? I did not either. There's nobody back here for public comment. We'll move on. And next thing we have is student showcase.
I assume, would you like me to
Yeah,
finish?
right there.
Okay.
How are you? Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening. So my name is Demi Brunkhorst. We are here to do the student showcase for the fall play. The fall play is taking place this weekend, both Friday, October 11th and Saturday, October 12th. If you are online behind me, you can see the students coming in. Our show on Friday, is at 6:30, and our shows on Saturday are at both 3 and 6:30. The students have been working really hard. They are doing a wonderful job. You might see them turning around behind me. Normally we would have a curtain that would close and open, but we're gonna do a jump in the air and flip around and be a little bit different, and we're kind of flying by the seat of our pants. So I am going to step out. They are going to do the beginning of the show to kind of give you a little taste, and I hope you enjoy the opening of The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales.
Hold it, turn those lights back on, Buster. I just found this kernel of wheat. And what I want to know is, who thinks they're going to help me find this kernel of wheat, huh? Where is that lazy dog? Where is that lazy cat? Where is that lazy mouse?
Hey, you can't tell your story yet. The show hasn't even started yet.
Oh yeah? Who are you? You want to tell me plant this wheat?
I'm Jack. I'm the narrator. And no, I can't help you tell your story. I'm a very busy guy trying to set a show up here. So why don't you go backstage and wait there until I need you, okay?
But who's going to help tell my story? Who's going to help me make a prop that looks like wheat? Oh, where is that lazy prop guy?
Listen, Hen, forget the wheat. We can't worry about that right now because it is time for the opening number.
Opening number! Opening number! Opening number! Opening number of the Stinky Cheese Man! Opening number! Opening number! Opening number! Opening number of the Stinky Cheese Man! And other fairly stupid tales. Stinky Cheese Man! Stinky Cheese Man! Stinky Cheese Man! Stinky Cheese Man! And other fairly stupid tales. Stinky Cheese Man! Stinky Cheese Man! Stinky Cheese Man! Stinky Cheese Man! This is the opening song of our show. This is the opening song, it's 1 hour long. The show, not the song, it won't go on forever and ever. It won't go on forever and ever. It won't go on forever
The frog said no. So we would like you to say your name, what grade you're in, and if you would, please. And then remind people out there that the play is Friday night at 6:30 at the TV Sheldon.
Nope, here at the high school.
Little theater, excuse me, right there. Little theater at the high school here. And then Saturday afternoon at 3 and 6:30 at the little theater. So who would like to be the first person to come through, say your name, and then just step off and let the next one come through?
Make it start.
Hi, I'm Jonah. I'm a senior and I play Jack the Narrator.
You can say your last name if you want to too.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Hi, I'm Jalen Hoffman, and I play the Prince.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Ward. I play Rumpelstiltskin, and I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm Mila Steffi. I play Chicken Licken, and I'm a 10th grader.
Hi, I'm Brinley Schul. I am a sophomore, and I play the Princess and Cinderella.
I'm Camden Peterson. I am a junior, and I play the Surgeon General.
Hi, I'm Ari Howard. I'm a senior, and I play the Red Hen and the Rabbit.
Hi, I'm Samantha Meyer. I play the Queen and the Little Old Lady. I'm in senior year.
I'm Rowan Vader. I'm a sophomore, and I play the legal guy.
I'm Kennedy Holtz. I'm a freshman, and I play the little old man.
I'm Cadence Patterson. I'm also a freshman, and I play stepsister number 2.
I'm Daphne Bell. I'm a freshman, and I play Princess Libby.
Hi, I'm Bon Smith, and I play the Ducky Lucky.
Hi, I'm Grayson Gherkin. I'm a sophomore, and I play the Wolf and the Giant.
Hey guys, I'm Balen Platinum. I am a senior. I play the Cow Patty Boy and stepsister number 1.
I am Logan Beisel, and I'm a 10th grader, and I play Cocky Locky, also known as Cochrane Lockwood Duthler.
Hi, I'm Brady Soper, and I play the King and the Cowbutt. I am also a senior.
I'm Anya Shong. I'm in 8th grade, and I am the Cow Head.
I'm Colton. I'm the Frog and the Sticky Cheese Man, sophomore.
Prince, would you have everybody come back in? We'd like to get a picture. Somebody can take a picture. Emily or somebody can. I'm going to line up right here and face out that way. We're going to get a picture of everybody.
Okay.
Thank you. So watch the cords.
Fill in the
Shorter ones in front,
okay.
please. Shorter ones in front. Don't take it wrong.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, fill in the half circle. Go this. Some of you go this way.
You can take a picture right there. This little guy can't get on the ground.
Yeah, nice try. Not very well. Yeah.
Can you get us all in?
Yes, I can, but I want this chair to be a good spot.
Okay, who wants to say a word? Chicken Little or something?
There we go.
Thank you very much. Good luck this weekend. Good job. Good luck this weekend. Thank you for coming by. Make sure you get the right people. Good job, Bob.
Thank you.
Thank you for everybody for doing that. Thank you, Emily, for taking it.
Yeah, no problem.
Administrative reports. So fundraisers, excuse me. Ms. Ossendorf, go ahead.
Never mind. Sorry, committee report.
Okay, so there's fundraiser applications. There's one here for collecting donations for Hope Coalition, right? Hope Coalition, for homecoming activities, and then during parent-teacher conferences, there's going to be a fundraiser at Twin Bluff Middle School. We're going to raise funds for seating at the IMC. So basically, this is sponsored by Ford, and what they'll do is they provide funds based upon every test drive, and it maxes out at up to $6,000. So it's a pretty easy, straightforward, easy type deal. So that's the fundraiser application there. So that'll be fun. Trip applications. Oh, we're on with those. I don't think those. Oh, yep, here we are. So it's on page 15. So we do have some field trips. Third graders going to the apple orchard. I was out there this morning. They are very excited about going to the apple orchard. The Minnesota Zoo, the fourth grade is going to be heading out there. That's the end of the month as well. And then the third grade, they're going to the planetarium in Rochester. And they're going to be learning how to use stars as a compass and learn about constellations and the Native American stories that surround those. And then also, there's a variety of high school kids that will be going to the College Promise Information Visit. So, any question about any of those?
Any questions? Hearing none, we'll go to committee reports. Ms. Ossendorf?
Thank you. I was just too excited. So we had the Community Education and Recreation Committee meeting, or advisory board meeting, and a couple things from that. So Superintendent Joshik was able to be there and introduce himself to that group, which was awesome. And then there were a couple of presentations. So Jill Rivard gave a presentation on Hiawatha Valley adult education. And some of the things that I thought were kind of interesting for like us as a board and the public to know about that is that Hiawatha Valley adult education is part of our community ed, but it's also part of a consortium that serves a much larger area than just our school district. And they offer English language proficiency classes, GED and adult diploma classes, and career prep and continuing education like welding programs and things like that. And I know we've seen things come through in our donations and grants several times that Jill Rivard does a really fabulous job writing grants, especially in partnership with Southeast, Minnesota State College Southeast, and other organizations to get grants that fund a lot of these programs. And it's pretty impressive, all of the work that they do. Becky Norton is the new director of Cobble Family Centers. She also gave a presentation and talked about how things were going there. And Community Ed and Recreation gave an update on how things had gone from the summer. There were over 178 programs throughout the summer and over 2,000 participants. And then over 13,000 people went to the water park, which is very impressive, especially considering that they were closed because of flooding and road construction has kind of thrown a wrench in that area. And the new fall catalog is out in all the school buildings and at the library. So pick it up. There's all sorts of cool offerings for all ages.
Any questions on that? Anybody else have any committee reports?
Well, we have an LMC meeting tomorrow, right, I believe. But we continue to talk about healthcare and how that will look for our district employees and reimagining that it could look differently than it's currently looking.
Yep. Thank you. Thanks for staying on top of that. Is that at 4 o'clock? Anybody else have anything? Yes, Ms. Buck.
I had health and safety meeting. We had a student representative show up to this meeting. There was an injury report in particular with an employee injured. 4 times this year, same student, continued training is what's going to happen. And it is, I believe, special education. And then they asked some questions. How can we support our special ed paras? Maybe offer meeting to special ed coordinators to figure that out is some of their suggestions. There's a vector training. So committee updates, vector training. They can take the quiz as many times as needed. I'm not really familiar with the vector training, but I tried to pay attention as best as I could to that. There is Spanish is an option for that as well. Fume hoods were checked a few weeks ago and were cleaned and are good. And those are for the science labs. 2 new AEDs for football field and softball fields. Before they used to just bring a portable one everywhere, but now that they have those 2, now they don't have to do that. They went through safety procedures with service animals, updated tower view maps. So they were so outdated. They had a smoking room in there. And that are my updates for Health and Safety Committee.
Thank you. Any questions on that? Ms. Osdorf, I'll just mention that before our board meeting, I saw 3 adults come in here to the English learners class. They all were very excited and happy to come in here. Welcome them. They're like happy to be here, so that's great. I don't have, anybody else have anything? Okay, we'll move on to consent agenda. Anybody have anything on the consent agenda they'd like to pull?
I will make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion to approve the consent agenda by Ms. Tiff. Is there a second?
I will second it.
Second by Ms. Bjornstead. Any discussion? So roll call vote. Ms. Roll?
Aye.
Ms. Bjornstead?
Aye.
Ms. Buck?
Aye.
Ms. Ossendorf?
Aye.
Ms. Tiff?
Aye.
Ms. Schoenfelder?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you. Donations and grants. Superintendent Johnson.
So on the donations. So there's several that are here. So with that, the American Legion Post 54, Red Wing, donated $250 to the Red Wing High School food shelf. So Department of Education, the grant is the amount of $92,852 for integrated English literacy, civics education grant, Hiawatha Valley Adult Education Community Ed. So that's some of the things that Anna just spoke about prior. The Red Wing branch of the American Association of University Women donated $360 to the SES Innovative Learning Fund for first grade literacy support. Emily, SES. I hate SES.
Elementary School.
I just got to make sure because acronyms get me. Michael Knights from Northfield donated $200 to the Twin Bluff Middle School Food Pantry. And Michael Rock Hartman donated $1,000 in the form designated to several different sports activities, $300 for baseball, $300 volleyball, $200 for girls basketball, $200 for boys basketball.
Thank you very much for each of those donors and grantors. Very generous donations. Ms. Schoenfelder.
Quick question, I wasn't sure where to ask it here or previously on the just updates or recognitions, but my understanding is Red Wing won a significant amount of money, or was a recipient from T-Mobile for our Friday night.
So on that, that will be recognized later on. I think that's the next meeting because it was the timing of it.
Okay.
So I believe that will be on next.
Okay, thanks.
All right. What does the board wish to do on these generous donations?
I'll make a motion to approve the
Resolution.
donation, a resolution.
Okay. Motion by Ms. Schoenfelder. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Roll. Roll call vote. Ms. Stiff?
Aye.
Ms. Buck?
Aye.
Ms. Schoenfelder?
Aye.
Ms. Ossendorf?
Aye.
Ms. Bjornstead?
Aye.
Ms. Roll?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you very much again. Generous donations. Employee handbook.
So with the employee handbook, this is a document that kind of lives on within the system. Ann Robertson went through and she updated everything in there, and the purpose of that was to get the names and the numbers and everything that have changed, they're updated. And then she changed the format of it just slightly, so that way, instead of having to reprint the new thing every single time, we can just print those updated pages, so instead of however many pages it is, just have to update a couple, go from there. So nothing, I guess, major other than that, so it'd be my recommendation that we approve the employee handbook for this year. Ms. Rowe?
I have two quick questions. One is there a policy anywhere in the, I didn't see it in this handbook, about, we're in the season of politics, and I've been getting some calls about some concerns in classrooms about campaigning or, what teachers' personal beliefs are. And is there a policy or anything that addresses that?
So on that policy, I'm not able to quote that specific policy, but I do know that, I believe it's state statute would end up covering that, because within your classrooms, as far, and it's always political season, and that's where we're at. There is nothing against having political discussion. What cannot happen is when you have unbalanced political discussion where somebody is promoting or denigrating one side or the other. So we have had some discussions around that. It was one of the things that I actually talked about right away at our opening, I guess it was our back to school piece that we talked about that. So it's something that we are aware of, and that's something that we continue to work on.
And is that something that can be listed in the employee handbook? Like, because I see that there's all sorts of links in the employee handbook to other policies in the district. And actually, I was looking for that policy in particular, and I couldn't find it. I read through a lot of them. The other thing is, when I did click on some other policies, they're very out of date. Like Martina's name is in there, other people who are no longer in our district. So
It does say in the handbook, it mentions dress and not wearing campaign clothing.
yeah, I saw that, but I mean, I think, even.
That's something I guess I'll have to check in for you. Because that's, I guess, not one that I've often had full access to.
Sure. And while I'm thinking about it, is that something that school board candidates or school board personnel should be? I mean, is there anything in our school board policies that address that too?
As far as political campaigning within our.
Well, sort of like decorum, dress at meetings, those kinds of things. I didn't know, and I just wanted to bring it out there for maybe possible other discussion in the future. We don't have to discuss it now, but it, just kind of came floating to the surfaces.
I'd like to, I've got some follow-up questions I just gotta ask you later on.
Somebody has questions or concerns, I would turn them over to.
Yeah, but it's a good, I mean, I'm glad you brought those forward, but there's probably some homework I need to do before I can answer.
Okay.
There was something that we had this discussion before. You don't want to be putting, want to have them educate, you don't want to be, in other words, like biased towards one party or the other, or one candidate versus the other. You want to give the people, you talk about politics, not give the facts to people. Okay, thank you. Anybody else have anything else? All right, we need a motion to approve the employee handbook, if you wish.
So moved.
Moved by Ms. Tiff, is there a second?
Yeah.
Is that a second?
Yeah.
Second by Ms. Schoenfelder. Roll call vote, Ms. Buck.
Aye.
Ms. Ossendorf.
Aye.
Ms. Schoenfelder.
Aye.
Ms. Rowe.
Aye.
Ms. Bjorkstead.
Aye.
Ms. Tiff.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you very much. Contracts.
So this one here, we've got several contracts that are due to be negotiated. The primary one that we gotta get going on is the principal's contract that expires next at the end of June. So during our work session, we discussed that and how we would end up approaching that, which essentially is we've got a negotiations committee. I will be contacting those individuals. We'll get something set up so we can get engaged with the principals and these other contracts shortly. So there's no motion or anything required on that. That's just where we sit.
Very good, thank you. Number 3, multilingual learners position.
So the number of students within our school district that English is not their native language, or English is their second language, has grown significantly over the last couple of years, and we're at the point where we've got right around 100, if not a little bit more, students in K-12 that are English language learners. And we currently have 3 full-time people who are spread over 6 buildings, because with that, we have not only the elementaries, middle school, high school, Tower View, and we also have to serve St. John's. Then in addition to that, due to some changes in the legislature last year, we're also going to have to serve the kids who are at Cobble starting next year. And when we have 100 kids right now that are served by 3 people, they're just getting stretched way too thin as far as being able, just logistically getting where they need to be. So this is one of those positions that I feel very strongly that it's going to benefit more than simply the kids who are the English language learners, because it just ends up taking a lot of pressure off the teachers, kind of throughout the entire system. So it will be my recommendation that you allow me to advertise for a 1.0 FTE teacher to meet that need.
Okay. We discussed this a little bit in the workshop, but I think the financial end was the question. Since it's October, school year's July 1st through, or budget year's July 1st through the 30th of June, how do you plan on funding some of this? Just a new position?
So on this, we do get some dedicated funding for English learners. It's a certain amount that we get per student for that, so that'll cover part of it. The other thing is that we're able to keep these students here, keep them retained. That benefits us financially all the way throughout. And it also brings a nice amount of diversity to our system, because kids who come from other countries, other areas, they add enrichment to our student body. And by helping them be able to communicate more readily, be able to learn in a more concerted fashion, it benefits the entire system. So I think it's one of those positions that's really a good bang for your buck.
And you talked about it's just not one language. There's multiple.
No,
kids
we
talking
have
about multiple different languages.
Yeah, we've got multiple languages that are new to our system this year. We've got Ukrainian, Vietnamese are a couple in particular. We certainly have a Hispanic population that is growing, and it's just a good way to meet the need. And then next year, we're going to need somebody in addition when we have to add a couple to the mix as well.
Very good. Any other questions at all?
I will make the motion to approve adding 1 FTE multilingual learner teacher.
Motion by Ms. Stiff to approve. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Bjornstead. Any discussion? Ms. Roll? Voting, we're gonna vote.
Oh, you're starting with me, I'm like, what?
Voting, we're starting to vote. Ms. Roll?
Expecting me to have more discussion? No, yes, aye.
Aye, okay. Got no card. Ms. Osendorf?
Aye.
Ms. Buck?
Aye.
Ms. Bjornstead?
Aye.
Ms. Schoenfelder?
Aye.
Ms. Stiff?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. But we got that clarified from that over there you go. I think this is a good position. Yes, I think it's going to benefit a lot. But we have to go through the steps. Busing discussion.
So, busing this spring or this fall, I should say, has been a significant headache. I'm sure that each of you as board members has absolutely heard from your constituencies about busing. Some of you have personally experienced some of the challenges that we've had with busing so far. I've had multiple conversations with first student over the course of time. They've got new people that are out there that is certainly kind of slowing down the process a little bit. But there's just been so many times where we've got a bus that didn't show up. We've got a bus that is late. We've got communication errors that are occurring, and it's impacting a large segment of our community. And it's the kind of thing that we gotta get this figured out. I've been in conversations with the bus company about what they're gonna do to increase the number of drivers that we have. I've been riding on a lot of buses, and as I've been riding on these buses, the local drivers have been awesome. They have been so helpful. They know the kids' names, they know where they're going. Just terrific people. Nothing against the subs that are being brought in, but they don't know those things. They don't know the community as well. They don't know the kids just yet. And when you're coming in from Rochester or St. Paul, there's no way that you can know things as intimately as if they were here. So that's on the bus company to increase the number of drivers that they've got. They're working on that. It's slow. So one suggestion that I've been tossing around is to put out a message to all the staff members. Anybody who's willing or interested in getting a bus license, at least we would have a pool of subs in the event that we've got some sort of emergency. The other thing that we end up with is perhaps we can have some of those drivers drive a bus to an activity, a football game or a volleyball game or something along that, coaches. So in the meantime, what we've got to do is make sure that we're getting what we're paying for. And right now, that's been a little bit testy. So I've had some very direct conversations with them and about some financial penalties for being late, some of those kind of things. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now. It's not something that we can turn on a dime. Even if I had a cohort of people that we were going to start right now, it's about a 2-month process from start to finish in order to get your bus license. But we got to do something. And if driving a bus requires 2 things. One, you've got to be passionate about children. And the other one is you've got to be somebody who's committed to driving a large vehicle. We've got a bunch of people within our buildings that are committed to the first one. They know kids. So if we can find enough people that are willing to drive a bus, then it can be the best of both worlds. And if we can take some of the pressure off and make it better for our families, that's what we're doing. I like it.
Questions? Problems?
I'll just say I really appreciate you digging into this, Bob. I'm really glad that you're kind of holding them accountable for what they promised to deliver, especially because this is also, it impacts our families, it impacts our students being able to get a good education by showing up to school on time. And also there's a huge financial impact. We pay a lot of money for this transportation and we need to get our money's worth out of it. So I really appreciate you looking into it. And then I was just wondering if there are parents who are watching, if they have concerns or if things happen, how should they share that with the district, or, you know, if they're, to make sure that we have all of those records of what's been going on.
So the best thing that we're able to do, our building principals have plenty on them already, but that's probably, if they've got a concern with busing, that's probably the best place to go. We're gonna track all of our kind of our errors and omissions, if you will, with our driving, because we've had too many times where we've had situations that a bus hasn't shown up, or a bus has been exceedingly late. And that's one thing when it's 70 degrees outside and sunny, but that's not going to last much longer. So we're going to start tracking any of those instances where people are, where we're having issues with the bus, and then I can have that discussion with the bus.
Like the idea of what you're doing. A quick comments there, Ms. Osmondorf. It's 5 weeks now. We've had school in session to be able to figure this out. And I think Mr. Josh is very, very polite in the beginning stages of finding out what's going on there. We're going to have to impose some possible penalties with the help of building leaders. We do not want to have to do that. But for our kids who are missing valuable school time because the bus doesn't show up or running late, impacts more than just one bus packs everybody involved in that class and all that, and families. And so, no people out there know we're trying to do something, we're working on it, we're gonna start holding them more accountable. And we hope it'll get better very, very soon. If anybody out there they're looking for part-time drivers, full-time drivers, I think they'll take anybody who consider that. So if you like kids, which I think everybody listening tonight does like kids, and they can probably help us out, help this community and the students. So thank you.
It's a great way. The bus drivers are the first people that our students come in contact with in the morning, and the last ones they typically see at the end of the day, and you can really make a big difference.
Anything else? Okay, audit update.
So with the audit, that's been an ongoing process as far as business manager Lisa Ryder. She's been putting in an awful lot of time in regards to the audit. So there's a number of things that she's working on right now. There's some stuff going on with the inventory listings that have to take place. She has some things by the end of the week that she expects to be able to be done with for the auditors, which includes some of the outstanding pay reconciliations, interest is allocated, some of those kind of things. There's also some deferred revenue that ends up being moved around. One thing that's always questionable, and I personally don't have any idea exactly how this works, but we have the solar garden and the lease with that. That's something that the auditors struggle with a little bit. So that's something that we're hoping to be able to get that taken care of. And then just a few other cleanup pieces. So right now, the auditors, they've been out in the field performing audit work in a variety of districts. Now they're done with that, so now they're going to be able to focus in and work back and forth with Lisa to get those things taken care of. So hopefully by the end of the week, Lisa's going to be able to provide for them the things that they need. And then as far as the actual turnaround time on presenting the audit, I still don't anticipate we're going to see anything until November. That's kind of where we sit right at this point. I don't have any idea as of right now what our change in financial position would be or any of those things. At this point, it's just too preliminary.
Okay. Any questions? Thank you. Annual review of policies.
So annually, we have to review several policies. So first part of the year is always a good time to do it. 506, which is student discipline, 722, which is public data request, 806 is crisis management. There are no changes to these policies, so the only thing that would end up being changed is the date reflected every year. So my recommendation is that we approve the review of those three policies as presented.
Okay. Does the board wish to do on that?
I will make a motion to approve these three policies as presented. A second.
Motion by who? Ms. Tiff, second by Ms. Schoenfelder. Roll call vote. Ms. Rowe?
Aye.
Schoenfelder?
Aye.
Ms. Tiff?
Aye.
Ms. Buck?
Aye.
Ms. Ossendorf?
Aye.
Ms. Bjornstead?
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Thank you. Superintendent report.
So as we get a little bit closer on into the season, as soon as the audit ends up being done, so Lisa has a little bit less on her plate, then we got to start looking into what our final budget is going to look like for our December board meeting. So there's some work that has to be done there. The enrollment obviously feeds into that. I've got a spreadsheet that I created that I track the enrollment pretty much once a week. And if you look at the total number of kids from back in September when we first had this, there's always kids that are in and kids that are out at this time of year for a variety of reasons. Sometimes families move, sometimes they end up attending a different school, but we're down, I think it was about 38 kids from what that initial projection was, so that's certainly going to feed into some of the financial pieces as we go forward. The good news is that out at Tower View, having that back under Red Wing's purview has certainly been a positive. We've got 66 kids who are currently enrolled out at Powerview, and that program seems to be going well. Principal Robin Pagans, they're doing a nice job keeping up with things there, so that seems to be positive. So overall, it's just gonna have to be looking at these numbers and see what's what. When I look at our classrooms, we're asking our teachers to do quite a lot. They have relatively large class sizes, and there's a lot of kids that are around. We certainly have pressures related to special education, and a lot of that ends up being personnel because we are still short the number of educational assistants. We've made some progress on that just lately, so we've got a few more that are in the hopper, but we're certainly needing more. So that's an ongoing thing there. But by and large, just things that we're having to deal with. I'm very pleased with the staff and how they are handling the situations. I've been, like I say, people are working hard. There's a lot to do, but I think that they're really doing well. And Board Member Tiff had mentioned something about the cell phone policy earlier. It's something we're still going to look at, see if we got to refine further. But for the most part, I would agree that just by basically enforcing what was kind of in place already, has solved a lot of the headaches. So we're looking at this policy still. It may not end up being a bunch of wholesale changes. It's just implementation as much as anything. But I'm still going to have those conversations because I still think it's worthwhile. So those are a number of the things that have been going on. Fall activities are going to be coming to a head here very soon. I think the women's soccer team, I think they have playoff games tonight maybe. Girls, I think, are tomorrow. Volleyball's only got about 3 games left. Football's down to 2 regular season games. So the fall sports are going to wrap up here real quick. So if you've got the opportunity or the interest to go see any of our student athletes, it's a good time to do so. So, there's lots to do. If you're bored, it's for if you just haven't been interested in checking it out. There was the other day I was at a volleyball game, and there was a wonderful couple that I met just as I was there. I asked them if they've got grandkids that were participating or anything, and we like volleyball. We like to come out and watch a little volleyball. And I had a great conversation with them, and it was just a lot of fun. So there's always opportunity for some of those fun things that are going on.
I'll just say that, pretty much up there, your head the same. If you're not seeing on the news that Minnesota cell phone policies that school districts are facing. So I think it's a good step here in the positivities of what we're doing here the first 4 or 5 weeks of school. So I think it's I was in school here one day and I looked and there wasn't a kid I walked through by a class, looked in, wasn't a kid on the school on their phone. They're all paying attention to teachers on the front, which we want them to do, get the best education they can. So, any questions, comments?
I think we've reached a point in society where everyone in the community is on the same page and what we want for our kids. It's not just staff, it's parents too supporting those policies, and that's appreciated.
So,
do we have any upcoming meetings scheduled in regard to the Jefferson building?
Yeah, first report. Yep. On the report for that, and probably have some type of an update at that meeting that same day. I can't reiterate enough what Mr. Josh had said about getting out and supporting our students. Schools, the community and school working together solves a lot of things. And if you're out there listening, go watch an event this week or next week or as this fall season ends, or go to the play this weekend. We have a play at the little theater here right up there by the gymnasium at the high school. Put on by some fabulous kids. We just saw about 24 of them here this evening. Very excited, very passionate about it. And there's 3 plays. Friday at 6:30, Saturday at 3, Saturday evening at 6:30. So Get out there and support your school. We have a lot of good things going on here. These kids here tonight are the positive ones and the things that we're seeing. You know, you may hear some things here and there, but it's every day. News is built on bad things. We're promoting good things here. Come on up, support us, support the kids. They're working hard. They deserve it. So. Anybody else have anything else they'd like to add, say, or do, or question? With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn till the next meeting, which is October 21st at 6 p.m. A motion to adjourn.
So
Moved by Ms. Schoenfelder. I'll second. Roll call vote. We'll start with our virtual people. Ms. Buck.
Aye.
Ms. Ostendorf.
Aye.
Ms. Rowe.
Aye.
Ms. Stiff.
Aye.
Ms. Schoenfelder.
Aye.
Ms. Bjornstedt.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We're adjourned. Thank you. Good evening. Bye now. Emily and Bob, I was going to ask Ann. She was